Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be hopefully something real quick. This is going to be my review for Gstatus Atlanta Hustle, ATL Hustle, excuse me. This is season 1, episode 3. Keep that same energy. So, I'm gonna try and make this real quick because it's real late and I'm tired of us. Been playing in makeup, as we can clearly see. The Juvia's palette is hella pigmented and my eyes are popping, but I need to take this stuff over my face. So, but more about that on Sunday when I get to playing again in the makeup. We start back in the same place where we dropped off the last time. We're at Zafar's house. Sleepy. Zafar's house. And so the argument is still continuing with what's this baby's name? Akeem and Milan Jada. So it has become glaringly apparent to me, and it would seem to anybody who watched this show, that Akeem has permanent foot and mouth syndrome. Like, the things that he says out of his mouth make no sense. It's out of context. Being drunk doesn't help it. I feel like half of this stuff you would say when you were sober, and then 30 seconds later apologize for it because you knew you was wrong before you said it out your mouth to begin with. He said so many crazy things. Like, I feel like I honestly, at this point, I don't know what is real, what is an act with him. Because he's been on so many shows on YouTube, and it seems to be that this particular behavior, this foot to mouth syndrome, where you say crazy stuff outside of your neck to people, seems to be a pattern that follows you from show to show. So I don't know if you're acting or if that's how you really are. I honestly am waiting for the interview on Mike and Ty with you so we could get to the bottom of exactly what's happening, because I don't know what you be talking about. Now, once the argument dissipates and they go to the next day, Milan Jada was just stating that some of the things that King said was very hurtful. He said some very like homophobic, transphobic things to Milan Jada, which would seem to speak of a larger issue for Akeem himself. I don't know if there's some type of self-hate, or I don't know. All we can do is stretch out our hands and pray that his mind, I just don't know. We need to get to the bottom of it, but I don't know. So Milan Jada meets up with Zafar, and he wants to have a conversation with Zafar as to why Zafar did not jump in and have Milan Jada's back. Because the argument and everything took place at his home. He should have calmed down. And that's another thing. Rewind it back. Now, I know Akeem got foot to mouth syndrome. However, he said several different things that made me think that he was under the impression that he was finna be booed up with Zafar that evening. He said, oh, he must not want his dreads played in. He need to calm me down, and all this other kind of stuff. Honey, what's happening? What's going on there? I don't know. Because I clearly watched the interview on Mike and Ty with Zafar, and he said and not sleeping with anybody on the cast. So I need to know, is this yet another delusion of grandeur of Akeem's? Because I know when he drinks, he tends to get a little handsy. He wants to put his hands on things. And did he think he was going to put his hands on the phone? Is that what he thought the invitation was? That's... Oh, God. I left my ring at work. This work too much. And I take my ring off when I'm typing because I'm losing weight and it's too big, and so it swings around my finger, and I forgot it and left it on my desk. It'll be there when I get back, but it just dawned on me my hand is naked. So I don't know. I have a lot of the more I watch, I have more and more questions. And I'm hoping that the interviews with Mike and Ty will either answer, or the reunion, this will be one of the questions. Hopefully they'll ask you, submit your questions about this season that we can get answered. Because something about 2 and 2 is adding up to 75, and I'm not sure how we got there. Something is not. We done draw 2, skipped over, and reversed something. So I don't know. I need answers. So, like I said, we jump to the next day. Zafar, I think is how you pronounce it. Zafar and Melange Yadad sit down and have a conversation about it. And Zafar does apologize to Melange Yadad and say, yes, I should have had your back. And then they end on a good note, which is wonderful. We then go to, I want to say Corday, who again has said for the 75th time now that he's the most paid bitch on the show. That is wonderful if you are the most paid bitch on the show, but if you are the most paid bitch, do you really have to keep saying that over and over again? Like, we got it the first time you said it, boo-boo. Why you keep saying it over and over again? I don't understand. Are you trying to convince? Who are you trying to convince? Us or yourself? Okay. All right, well, okay. Like, girl, they tired. They're ready to go big. They coming out. So, oh, and this is one of the dresses that was in my DM company box, and I'm definitely keeping this dress because, yeah, baby, she cute. He goes to meet his graphic designer to pick a logo for his new company, Corday Creatives. I felt like that lasted too long, and then at the end, I assumed that the person who was the creative director who made these logos asked him about the event with Sherrod, which Corday then took it upon himself to say that it wasn't really a networking event, it was about a porn star. So you mean to tell me you were at this child's event where he announced that he was signed to a modeling agency and would be walking in his first show in New York, and all you got from it was that it's porn stars, wasn't nobody there to, it was about a porn star, and there was nobody there for you to network with, so it really wasn't a networking situation, and you don't deal with people with porn and da-da-da-da-da. Everyone who comes again, watching the Mike and Ty interviews come in handy, because everyone who comes on says that you are a cool person, Mr. Corday. However, beloved, how you come, your representative on this show, it's not coming off cute. It's not coming off cute at all. Like, you coming off real bougie, real high and mighty, real Phaedra-esque, real stuck up, and that may be what you are going for, but it is not a cute look on you at all. At all. No humbleness, no humbleness, no nothing about that that's coming out of your pores that makes me really want to hear anything out your mouth, see what you got going on. None of that. Now, we saw several different things. We saw your meeting with that creative director. We saw you give a whole vocal lesson to this young lady, and you gave her some outstanding advice, and by the time she was done, she was 100% better than when you started, and I will give you credit that you seem to know what you're doing. However, the way you come across in your confessionals and how you respond to certain things No. Me no like. Me no like. At all. That's just me. So, we then, after we deal with the several long unnecessary scenes with Corday, because I felt like they could have gone a little further faster, especially the one with the young lady and the vocal coaching. I felt like that dragged on just a smidge too long, but it's a whole hour episode, and the editing is getting better with each episode. Of course, the music is always banging. It's 100. Like, I find a bop to twerk to on every episode, and I appreciate it down in my little ratchet soul. We then our friend Melange Jada invites everybody for an event, his karaoke event, everybody to come in and do karaoke, and we hang out and have a good time, get to know each other, feel each other's vibes, see what's really what, blah blah blah. Everybody showed up except for, I believe it was True Fine, Akeem, and Shirai were the only 3 missing people, I think. Everyone else showed up. Charlie Exile was there. Tremel was there. Safar, Corday was there. So they get to the event and everyone's having a good time. And once again, Corday, for some ungodly reason, decides that he wants to have an attitude and interrupt Melange Jada, who makes an announcement. He's like, I'm walking in New York Fashion Week for the first time. Excuse me, y'all, I'm tired. He's walking in a New York fashion show for New York Fashion Week for the first time. And he was like, if you're going to be in New York, let me know so you can, come through, show some support, show your love, all that good stuff. And at that juncture, in the middle of his sentence, Corday takes... Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I'm knocking things over, Jesus. Corday takes it upon himself to, I'm sorry. Looks uneven. It's okay. I have OCD, y'all, my ADHD, I kick in and I can't. Corday's being rude. Let's call a spade a spade. He's being rude. He interrupts Melange Jada in the middle of his announcement about walking in New York Fashion Week to announce that he has a gig on Valentine's Day, and he just seems rude for no reason. Like, girl, who asked you? And then who asked you to volunteer your information? And who asked you to volunteer your information at my event when I'm in the middle of a sentence making a statement about some things that I'm doing? You're just rude for no reason. And nobody asked for that. Girl, sit down. Sit down and be quiet. I like to know who, what? No, ma'am. And then he proceeds to continue to be shady. Melange Jada was talking about a modeling opportunity where he is doing like some type of country shoot, and he said it'll be done at a farm. His grandmother has a farm in Conyers, Georgia, and he's like, there's animals on the farm and everything, and it's gonna be real cute photo shoot. So Corday, with his funky ass attitude, has nerve to say, well, I'm not gonna be there, but I'm gonna send somebody to come. But honey, nobody invited you. Not only did nobody invite, how do you have the audacity, the unmitigated gall, to say that not only are you not coming, but you're going to send somebody else to an event that you are not even invited to? Boo-boo, that's not how it... Now, you see why I say we got to get an interview with this child, because I don't know. I don't know if this is how he understands and comprehends how he is being portrayed on the show, because all the filming is done, so it's just editing at this point, so there's nothing that you can change. And I don't think you understand how you're coming off to people. I really don't. Because if you're as cool as everybody says you are, if you saw how you were actually coming across to people, I am sure you would try and self-correct before the end of the season. However, since the season is already filmed and done and in the can, it just is what it is, and hopefully you can rebound and recoup at the reunion, which will hopefully be live, or next season at the beginning of the season when you do your first confessional, you'll have to recap this last season and your funky ass attitude and how you threw shade every chance you got, and how you real bougie in uncalled for situations. Like, it's not even that serious. Like, why are you acting this way? Like, what's happening? What's going on? I don't understand any of that. So I just don't get it. I honestly don't get it. So, and neither did Melange Jedi. He was fed up, and he was like, okay, and this event is over because we're just not going to do this. So after the event is over, Corday, once again, being a complete slime ball in his professionals, talking about, I'm about to pull a player move and trying to get me someone up to the studio and blah 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 blah. So he roll up on Charlie Exile, who fall for the dumb shit, and invites him to the studio. And Charlie Exile, you a little shady too, boo boo. Don't you just, your shade is just being eclipsed right now by Corday and his foolishness. But I'm sure we'll get back around to you eventually, boo. So, he invites him, and they being real flirty and all that good stuff, and he's wearing, Corday throws his jacket over Charlie's shoulder while they had a conversation. And so, they make a date to meet at the studio. At the tail, and that's pretty much all that happened. But at the tail end, Sherrod is talking about he don't want to go back to doing porn, but though it keeps calling him, he keeps backsliding and all that good stuff and back into the lifestyle. And so he said there's a person he'll do anything for, and he's at somebody's door, knockety knockety knockety. And this is young trans woman, and the lights is low, and it looks like a scene out of a bad porn. And then that's how the episode ends, and I'm very confused about what has happening. I have several questions. Who was the young lady that answered the door? Why was Safar there? Were they going to have sex? I could have sworn I saw condoms on the table. Are you in a relationship with this person? Was this a filming of a porn? Inquiring minds want to know, and I have to wait another 2 weeks. The next episode doesn't come out until August the 5th at 10 p.m. And so I just gotta wait and hold these questions, and hopefully get a couple of interviews from Mike and Ty in between time to hold me over until this show comes back on. So that is about it for Gstatus ATL Hustle for this week. Normally I would do this on a Sunday evening, but the show doesn't come out until 10 o'clock in the evening, and by the time I watch the show, she was done. You know, I had to go praise the Lord, and the pastor got real extra on Sunday and called me out, and Father God, and I was just emotionally and spiritually and physically drained. So wasn't finna be no video on Sunday night. So I believe the next time I will be dropping a video will be on Sunday. Sunday morning I will do, of course, a Get Ready With Me, and let's discuss the shenanigans of the week. Again, about that R. Kelly song that's 19 minutes long. Girl, what are you doing? This is real life. This is not the Trapped in the Closet saga that you made up about some foolishness. This is real life and with real life consequences, and it's not a game. It's not funny, and we don't like how you playing this at all. But yeah, we'll get more into that on Sunday and all the other shenanigans that's happened. 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather acting like two teenage mean girls on the internet. Then they done went too far. Somebody gonna end up shot because 50 Cent like to holler, get the strap. So it's just but girl, what is happening, baby? Alright, so before I yawned my way through this whole video, I'm sorry that I'm tired. I know. Hopefully I don't look crazy tired because I have a bunch of makeup on my face, because I wanted to immediately play in my new makeup that I got. You saw me open it up earlier in the earlier video, and I'm sure you watched the earlier video. If not, look for it. It's there. Yes, I'm talking to you. Alright, and go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. You can of course share this video. That would be greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.